You guys, today's April the 24th, Friday. It's about 5:40 in the morning. Today I'm coming to you guys early because the Most High and Yeshua just gave me a very vivid dream, like an experience, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. So I was sleeping. I think I went to sleep early last night, and I got up and washed some dishes, and then I went back to sleep. I don't remember what time it was, maybe 9:10. I think it was about 9:43 or something like that. And this is the dream I had. Now on the screen, I'm gonna explain to you guys when the Most High and Yeshua give me dreams like this or visions like this. When I wake up, if I can remember, I type them in as a text to myself right away. So you might have a lot of misspellings in here. I don't correct them because I need to make sure I've got everything recorded and I have the general idea of everything that occurred. All right, so in this dream, I was at something like a bay. It was more than a lake. It was like a huge bay with a kind of circular or semicircle large body of very dark blue water, with the water look very clean. And as I looked at the water, I saw sharks, these huge sharks, and I could see their fins. You know how you see a shark fin, like above the water? But their fins weren't gray. Their fins were thick and clear, like they were made out of gel. And it looked like some of them had bites taken out of them, and some of it was like a really rough edge on the shark fins. I also looked around and I saw some dolphin fins above the water as well. So I was swimming. I decided to, for whatever reason, I went swimming in the water. So I was swimming in the water, back and forth, doing backstrokes and swimming forward. Now, in real life, I don't know how to swim. But in this dream, I was swimming and swimming and swimming. And I was swimming and the sharks were like swimming right next to me. They were huge. They never bothered me. They never paid me any attention at all. They just swim. I had no fear of the sharks. And, I didn't pay them any attention. I could see them. And I was just swimming back and forth in this bay. And at some point in time, I got out of the water. And I went upstairs to something like I don't know what it will be called. Let's see, I took a photo of it. Something like this, or kind of like this. It was kind of like a glass covered walkway, or like maybe a glass covered conservatorium, but it was like a very large rectangle. And it was covered in glass, and I could see everything. And as I was looking down, it was like maybe up a few stories. It was higher than the second floor. It might have been on the third or fourth floor. But as I was looking down, I could see the shark fins swimming around in the water and the dolphin fins. And I think there were some people around the bay, but they weren't swimming. And suddenly I noticed that I was looking down to the left, and I noticed that there was like, you know how they say a beached whale? There was a beached shark, and it was a great white shark, and the shark was probably the size of a building. His mouth was like a cave. You could just walk into his mouth. His mouth was wide open. He was up on the shore of the bay. You could see his teeth and everything. You could just walk right into his mouth like it was a huge cave. This was a huge shark. And I remember thinking, what's going on? What happened to that shark? And then I heard up on the level, that was downstairs, up on the level where I was, in that glass enclosed space, I heard these two Gentiles speaking in a loud voice. They were telling me to be careful, be careful. There's a shark up here. There was no water up here in this like glass tunnel that I was in. So I looked to the right, and there's this huge great white shark right next to me. I almost walked into his mouth. His mouth is wide open, just like the one downstairs. But this one upstairs isn't as big as the one downstairs. The one upstairs was probably the size of a bus, of maybe like one of those long yellow school buses. But this was a huge shark. I didn't think that two people would be able to move it. So the Gentiles came over to me and they were telling me, be careful, be careful. And it was two of them, two Caucasians, and both of them together ran and grabbed the tail of the shark, and they started running backwards, pulling that shark away from me in the opposite direction. And as they moved the shark, suddenly I could smell the stench of the shark. It was a disgusting smell of rotting dead, like truckloads of rotting dead fish just in one whiff. It was a terrible stench. And they grabbed him by the tail and they just ran backwards to remove the shark away from me. And I was like, okay. Then as the Gentiles, the two Gentiles were pulling the shark away, I asked them, how was the water? And by that I meant, if I swim in the water, am I gonna come out smelling like this dead shark, or like dead sharks? Like, what? How is the water? And they yelled back at me, the water's 19 degrees. And I was confused when they said that, because that's not what I was really asking for. So I remained quiet for a little bit. I was gonna say no, I meant the smell, but I didn't bother saying anything because I thought 19 degrees. What does that mean? I thought that was very strange. But so after that, I watched them drag the huge shark away, and then I woke up. Let me check the other portion. I might have written something else here. Okay, yeah, that's what I saw there. I also want to say again that these sharks were huge. These are great white sharks. There were some dolphins in the water as well, but these sharks had these huge clear fins, like they were made of some type of clear gel, and it looked like they might have had golden specks in the fin. Like the clear fin was kind of shiny. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, it was like they had they were shining and reflecting the sun and all this stuff. So I think that this dream was, I don't want to say an omen, but I feel like it was, I don't even want to say a warning. I feel like it was a warning and me being advised of something that's to come. I don't even want to say warning. I feel like I'm being advised of something that's to come, like a foreshadowing or foretold. And similar to the last dream I told you guys about, when the Gentile from India or Asia, wherever he was from, he put that panther, that black panther, on a leash, on a red leash, and he was attached to that Gentile. A similar thing occurred in this dream. The sharks, the dead sharks, were attached to these Gentiles. They had to come move the shark. It belonged, it was on them. All this dead, rotting shark meat it belonged to them. So once again, whatever that is, it's attached to them. I almost walked right into it, and I was just alerted right in time because I was busy watching the huge shark that was beached downstairs. I didn't realize that shark was right next to me, that was beached upstairs, that was out of the water and dead as far as I know. I think the shark was dead. I'm not 100% certain, but I remember looking inside of his mouth. But before I just stepped right inside of his mouth to possibly get eaten or whatever, the Gentiles warned me and they pulled that huge shark away. So I think the Most High is letting me know, or reminding me, that he's doing things that I asked by protecting me, and he's reassuring me of some things that I've been wondering about. So this could have something to do with the next wave of plagues that's coming. I'm not 100% sure yet. If you guys have any questions, but I do say this is similar to something that I read in the Bible about how I think it's Psalms 91, about how 1,000 may fall at one hand and 10,000 at the other hand, but it won't come nigh you. So I was swimming with those huge sharks and they didn't bother me at all. But if you guys have any interpretations, I want you to let me know. Because I had this dream, there's another video that I may make another video, or I may say it in this one. I think I'm gonna make another video. All right, thank you guys. If you have any interpretations, please let me know.